Hello everybody, my name is Jason and welcome to day 88 of our road to 1500 chess elo. We started the series at a rating of 1000. We've gained about 240 so far, and today we're playing with the white pieces against Zhong Hongse from Taiwan. I'm going to go for the Jabava London. Okay, so we have actually bishop on f5 on move 2, so in this case we're going to go f3 with the idea of pushing pawns right away and taking space. This is actually a pretty uncommon line. It's one of the go-to responses at like the master level, but at this rating, I mean, I'm not a master. Okay, so do I still push this right away? Let's see. Push, take, 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 take. I can also push this side. Let me think for a moment. So if I push, we have take, take, and he can take. It's a positive trade for him. So let's see. I could push this side. I think I'm going to push on the king side pawns, because now if I push here, he does have enough defenders to deal with this. So we're gonna take space here. If he pushes up, we'll kick the knight. If he pushes here, then we'll just push the bishop back even further and then go e3 and develop our bishop along this diagonal. So let's go here. So now I go e3, supporting our central pawn and opening up this diagonal to hit the bishop. The downside actually is that I didn't develop this bishop yet, I just realized. So it might have been better to first go here. So now we might be thinking about ideas of like fiend shadowing this bishop. It's okay though. Let's go here for now, because this is quite a strong bishop along this diagonal, so I'm okay with trading it off. If he doesn't, I'll just continue development probably. Okay, so I need to do something about this bishop. It's in a very sad state right now. If I trade, he can take with this or this. Then I can push here. Take, take. Let's see. He's probably going to castle this way. Can I push this now? I think I can push this now, actually. If I push, we have take, 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 take. But it's kind of a bad practice to push, to break open the center before you've castled. That's kind of what happens with this. When you go this route with the opening, is you end up pushing these pawns, and I think I just walk my king up here instead of castling queenside. But let's think. I'm playing 15-10, so I have more time. I don't want to make a bunch of blunders. Okay, push. We have take, 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 take. I could push the center, and that's also going to open up this diagonal for my bishop, which is kind of why I want to do it. But it might be better to first move the king out. I might be tunnel visioning here, though, because half the reason I want to do this is so I can put my bishop here. But I don't even know if it's worth doing that anymore. Let's see. Take, 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 take. So he's probably not going to trade everything off. My king is quite exposed, so it doesn't seem like the best idea. Is it better for me to go here and here? It might be better at this point to castle queenside. If I push this, I have to deal with this, but then I can put my bishop here and defend it. I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm going to go b3. So I can put my bishop on b2, get on the long diagonal. And still don't know what I'm going to do with the king. Okay, so now we have a trade. Okay, he's rerouting his knight. Interesting. So is he trying to push this perhaps because my king still isn't castled? We have push, take, take. Maybe I need to beat him to it. Now that he moved his knight, this is quite good for me because he doesn't have any defenders on this square. So I can push with take and take, and my king is still relatively safe. So I think I'll push the central pawn now. I'll probably take back with the pawn actually, so I have more control of the center. Okay, we do have... I can't take this because of this. Okay, so I'm going to have to move my king. Do I want to move him into the line of fire? Or this way? Let's see. Let's see here. If I go here, which way do I need to move my king? Very tough. If I go here, I'm blocking in my bishop. I'm taking away all these squares. If I go here, I'm moving towards the attacking pieces with these open diagonals. If I go here, this might even be the best. Well, no, if I go here and we trade, my king is like super exposed in the center of the board. If I go here and then move, I have potential to move my king over here to safety. So I feel like this is probably my best move. Here, yeah. Let's go ahead and do d1. Now, if we have a trade, I'm still going to take with the pawn. This might this might make sense, moving my bishop here to trade off this dark squared bishop that's inside my half of the board. Very unpleasant. I still need to develop my knight and bishop. He still needs to develop his knight, and he hasn't castled. So we're both underdeveloped, and the attack has already begun. Kind of a sloppy opening. At this point, when he moved the knight here, I actually wasn't really sure what the best way to progress was, because I know the idea is to go f3 and go e4, but with the knight here, it's kind of too many defenders on this square. So I'm not sure what the best move was there. I think this still works, but there was probably something better. Now, let's see. Maybe he's going to start bringing in his other knight. I feel like that would make sense for him. What do I want to do? If he goes here, this might make sense to take this square away from the knight, because I do not want him coming here. I can also still trade in the center. Take, take, we have check. Okay, he's moving his same knight again. That's interesting, because he has no squares here. I thought he was going to bring in his other knight. Okay, so if I take, take, he has... let's see. Take, 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 take. Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to take there. But I think this is a pretty solid move, because I'm going to prevent him from castling kingside, and I'll leave his king in the center here. So I kind of like this. Here, he can't go to any of these squares. If I go here and he brings his knight out, I'm also taking this square away from his knight, which is pretty strong. So I kind of like this bishop to a3 move. If I trade now, he's just going to get either a knight in the center or a pawn in the center. So I think I'm going to go a3 and take this diagonal, pointing towards the enemy king. I don't want him to castle this way. If we have take, we still got the same plan. We can take back here. I think I want to manually castle my king. Going c1, b2, and then I can bring my rook out, and I still need to develop this knight. It would be nice to somehow push this pawn. It would be actually very nice if he took, because if he takes, I can take back and I have this square for my knight hitting the bishop. He might go back to get me off this diagonal so he can castle. Yeah, if he goes back, I think I just have to trade. And then maybe at that point we can take in the center. Or we just maybe develop. So I think in any case, it's better if he takes. To take is a mistake, as they say. So it would be better for him to take for me to centralize my pawns and open up space for my knight and rooks. Yeah. He does go back. Okay, he does go back. So my bishop is hanging. So I either have to go back or trade or defend it. So what do I want to do here? Yeah, I think he realizes that he wants to castle kingside. So if I take, check, he goes here. Not much is really going on there. Let's see. I think I have to trade. Take. Maybe just develop the knight, connect the rooks. Take. Oh, there's also potential. He's lining up his queen with the king, so I have a potential of a pin here. So it should be take. If he takes with the pawn. Oh, my knight is in the way. I have to move my knight first. I think in any case, I have to trade first. So let's take. He takes with the queen. So I need to develop my knight if I want to take advantage of the pin. Or move my king. So if I take now, we have take. If he takes back, I take with tempo on the queen. Then I would like to bring my rooks in. I feel like he's going to castle right now, though. Is there a way for me to take advantage of this? If I go take, he could just castle in any regard. Well, take. What can I do? I can do this. Force a trade of queens, and then he castles. I don't know if that's any good for me. I'm not sure if that's any good for me. What can we do? Let's see. If I check, he just goes here. Then I do this. We have take, hitting the knight. He has to go back. Let's see. Check here. Take. He probably goes here. That doesn't really work either. Let's see. So I think if I want to develop my knight to free up this rook, I can't go here because I'm blocking the file. But this seems kind of bad. If I go here, I'm also inviting this move, kind of pinning my knight there. So what can be done? Take. And then he could still castle. I don't think I really gain an advantage there. So I think a better move is maybe to move my king up to give me the opportunity to do this. But I think he's just going to castle. There's so many pieces on the board still. I'm asking to get checked all over the place. He has a check right here. Yes, this doesn't even work because it's a check. So I need to develop my knight first. Or we can go take. Check here. Develop the knight. Maybe castle. Then I can go here hitting this pawn, I guess. Okay, let's take the pawn. Yeah, let's take the pawn. I think this could work. If he just takes with the knight, then I probably trade knights. And then we go the same plan. Take. So I take now, I lose this. So now I can do this and force a trade of queens where I put my knight here. If I go here, he's going to take. If I check now, check, he just goes here, and then I have to move my queen. Castles. This king's going to be here. So I would check there, push. Take. Go here. I think if I go here, he's just going to castle. If I go here, I'm threatening this, but I think he just castles. We keep the queens on the board, and my queen is spying this diagonal. So I think I might go here. I think it's riskier than trading queens, but I don't really want to get the queens off the board just yet. If he doesn't castle here, then I have this. He does castle. Okay, he finds the right move. At least I think it's the right move. Here's there. I can go here. He's going to have to just move the queen, probably here. Hitting my knight. I could go here now, threatening this square. He's probably going to line this up, and my king is in danger, for sure. But I kind of like this move, hitting this pawn. He could just block with this. I can also push this now. Let's see. Push. This actually might make sense, but my king is just so exposed. I'm just going to get checked all over the place. But if I push now, we have take. Can't take back, so maybe I need to push this pawn first so I can push this pawn. Still waiting for this, though. Maybe I should just bring my king to safety first. I could do this right away. Probably going to have this, attacking my knight. I think I just have to walk my king to safety. It's kind of passive, but let's see. If I go here and he does this, I can push. Take. I'm starting an attack here. Here. I'm just going to move my king. I don't know if it's the right move, but he's just way too exposed. So I'm going to go king to b2. Connect the rooks. And then try to mount an attack on the king side. So we are lined up, creating some threats here. I think he still needs to develop his knight, so he might go here. Okay, he just connects the pawns, which makes sense. I'm gonna go here, connect the rooks, and probably bring my rook to e1, hitting the queen, and then do something like this and try to break open the king side. So now I feel a little bit better that my king is on a safe square. ish, I guess. Let's see. He still hasn't developed his knight. If he goes here, I might have to push this just to prevent this. Okay, he doesn't. He goes there instead. So I still think e1 is my best move. Where is he going to go with the queen? Here. Take the open file. Yeah, let's go e1. Can't go here. I take. Can't go here. Okay, he just goes there. He still has this diagonal. Don't have this. Here, if I push this, it's defended. I can push this now because he's not hitting this square. What is this threatening? Nothing at the moment. So if I push this pawn, or I should say I push this pawn and he takes, I take back, and this is a checkmate threat. So this actually makes sense. Push. If he doesn't take, what can he do? That does this. Then I take, and I have check. And he goes here. It's very dangerous for him, but I feel like this is a pretty good move. This backwards pawn is going to be a weakness if this doesn't work. So if I push, he takes, I immediately have a checkmate threat. Okay, let's try it. Let's go g5. This is a check, but I take back. If he goes here, let's think. If he goes here, I probably just trade. If he goes here, I can take, check, here. I don't really have a way to finish it. Oh, he brings this rook over instead. Okay. So take. He can take with the queen. I can push this. See, take. If he takes with the queen, what do I do then? This pawn is now hanging, and this pawn is hanging. Maybe I go here right now. And then if we have take, I take back. Maybe I go here, and if he takes, I take back here. I don't have a good way of targeting this square. Ideally, I could go here and then here. That would be optimal. If I trade, if I do this and he takes with the queen, I would need to go here. But then after we trade, this is hanging. So I'd lose a pawn. Difficult. So I kind of, that's why I'm feeling doing this. It's defended here. But then if I remove this knight, this is hanging. Not very pleasant. Okay, let's try F4. We're down a nice 10 minutes on the clock. Down a nice 10 minutes. So we need to try to speed up a little bit here. We're blocking this diagonal for the queen. If he trades, we're obviously going to take back. And yeah, I just feel like we have so many threats, but we need to somehow find a way to follow through. There's probably something I'm missing here. Take, or take. Maybe not. Seems complicated. If my knight was here right now, that'd be very nice, targeting this square. Obviously, I would still very much prefer if he would take here and give a very nice square for my knight, which is now also defended by the pawn, although this is hanging, but oh Jesus, that made me flinch. Okay, let's take back the rook. So if he takes, I can still take. He just pushes in the center. He just pushes in the center here. So if I take here, we have this hitting my queen. If he takes, I can take with the queen. Do I take here now? Push, take. This is check. But I can push and he can take back with the queen. And then this pawn is hanging. So I'd have to do something like this, targeting this pawn, I guess. But then that leaves this pawn hanging. Very complicated. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? I have a minute on the clock. I'm also thinking about just continuing the push. If I go here and he pushes this, seems like a bad idea. If I take here, he goes here. He's targeting both these pawns. Very weak. I'd have to go here with the queen. I think I'm going to take the pawn. Getting low on time now. I think his better move is to take with the queen. He does take with the queen. So if I go here, I defend both of these and the knight. And I can maintain the pressure. But then I lose this pawn. So I think first I have to take here. He takes back and then I go here. But if I take here, this is hanging, but then I take this. Oh, it's not hanging because of this. But this pawn is currently hanging. So he could take here, but then I take the knight. He takes here. Yep. I can do this. Threatening the knight, and I can bring my rook here. Adding more threats. This pawn is still hanging though. So let's go here probably actually. Defend the pawns. Now I can reroute my knight up here because both of these are defended. This is a very strong square for my knight. This pawn is under attack twice. So if anything else, I can go here, winning a pawn, adding more pressure. This, he can't go here. I still have the open file with the rook. He has no defenders of this square. If I go here, he can push this though. So I think my best move after this is just to take the central pawn probably. Then he could do this, and I have check. Does that really do anything though? Not sure. Then I guess I have this, hitting the queen. I think the game plan though is to take this pawn. Let's see, if he goes here, what do I do? Maybe I just infiltrate with the rook. That's probably a good plan too. This is a good square for the rook. Start threatening these pawns. Interesting. Okay, so this knight is now pinned. That's a pretty good move. I'm very low on time. Very low on time. So take, I have to take here. Oh, very unpleasant. I'm so low on time. Let's go here. Because now he can't push this. This is still defended. He might go here with the knight. But now that knight's defended as well. So if he goes here, take. And we're still okay. Here I can still take. Now if I can get my queen back on this square, I'm threatening checkmate. I need to kick this knight though, because it's blocking this square. So I need to kick this knight to get him out of here. And then I can get my king off of this pin. he just pushes. So if I go here, I'm going to have an exposed attack here. I think I'll do this because everything is defending itself, and after he pushes, it is a discover check, so I'll have to move my king. And then he could take here. It is getting a little scary. Push. I could also just go back. I can't take here. I could push this. That makes a pass pawn. So I think I'm just going to go back, actually. I don't want my king to be pinned anymore. If he takes, I take. The queen is under attack here, so he has to react to that. The queen and the knight are under attack. If he pushes this, I just take, I guess. Yeah, push, take. I wish I had more than 30 seconds. I will say that. Let's take here. Still hitting the queen. These are both still defended. He still has to react to this. I can win a pawn, depending on where he goes. I mean, I'll take with my pawn at the very least. But if I move this right now, I'm leaving these hanging, so I'm probably going to have to take with the pawn. That creates a passed pawn for me. I'm going to put my rook behind it. Okay, he goes there. So I can't take with the pawn, but I can take with my queen because he's no longer attacking these pawns. This comes with check. I need to keep that in mind. I can also go here and again threatening checkmate. But if he goes here, he's pinning my knight. So it doesn't work. His knight can't really go anywhere at the moment. Whew. If I go here with check, no, it doesn't work. I was going to say if he takes with the pawn, I have more checks here, but he can take with the queen. I feel like we're going to get this move, but we'll see. If we get this move, I'm probably going to move my king here or something. Oh, but then he'll do this. That's very bad. Maybe I'll go back here with the king. Let's see, if he goes here, maybe I just do this. No, that doesn't work. If he goes here, what do I do? Wasn't expecting that. Okay, I can go here, threatening checkmate. Maybe did I move too fast? I don't think so. This is checkmate. Here I take, he takes, we're good. If he moves this, take, check here, and that's mate, yeah. Does he have a way to block it? I guess he can do this. Then I can take that with the pawn, though. So his king is getting very exposed. Then this is check, but the queen defends it. Okay, is this checkmate? I think it's checkmate. What a stressful game. Okay. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still getting over this cold. So, I've been coughing. My nose has been running. But we're slowly getting better. Okay. Wow, that was a good game. That was a fun game. Okay, so Jabavalin. So this was the correct, it's a book move. After this, what was I supposed to do? Okay, this was the best move. Okay. It wanted me to push right away, huh? Because it's still defended by the bishop. So push, take. That makes sense. Keep that in mind. It didn't like this move. It wanted me to go here. Okay. Trade. Oh, so it wanted me to... This felt wrong. I know normally in this setup of the Jabava, you do kind of walk your king up on the king side of the board. You don't castle. But it felt wrong after he put his bishop here to move towards the attacking pieces, you know. We had a trade. This was the best move? Awesome. Okay, because I'm setting up this pin. This... It didn't like the king move. It wanted me to push this right away. Still wanted me to push right away. Finally, we do it. We're going to trade. It didn't like me taking there. I didn't see this actually. This targets the queen. That's a pretty good move right there. Okay, we just hit the queen. And he hits me with a check. So I have to... Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the ways you can resolve a check from a queen is by taking the queen. So I guess we learn something new every day. But you know, I just I wanted to keep it interesting, so I left the queen in the game. And we played on here, and then he moved his knight here in the center, allowing me to play checkmate. Okay, well, interesting moment. Okay, yeah, this is pretty funny. I don't know how I missed that. But in any case, we made it happen. All right. Thank you for watching today, guys. This was day 88. Make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate you being here. God bless. See you tomorrow for day 89. Bye-bye.